Hi guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I am in all the right places where I'm supposed to be. I don't think it is going to be on Facebook again this week. Oh, my nose itches because it would not let me schedule it again. I still can't find my glasses. I have no idea where they are. I have tore my room apart today looking for them and just could not find them anywhere. So I had to use these, and I'm not a big fan of them, but okay. Let me switch over. I'm going to check Facebook, even though, like I said, I don't think that it's going to let me. Okay, if you're out there and you're on and you're watching, please leave a comment and let me know that you can see and hear me okay. I am just looking. Nope, I'm not on my Facebook page, but hopefully I will be on my YouTube. And I am on YouTube. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Kathy. Can you guys hear and see me okay? Hey, Janet. Thank you very much, Janet, for sharing. Okay, there's just a little bit of a delay, but since we have some people already hopped on, we will go ahead and get started. So let me just check one more thing here really quick. I don't know why that won't let me move that. Let me see if I can make it. There we go. Nope. Boy, you're just being a brat today. Okay, so if you're new, my name is Bobby. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I offer a free online class to everybody. You can receive the Make and Take packet in the mail for free if you place an order with me before Wednesday at midnight. And then the time just kind of like goes then from Thursday to the next for the next week's class. So let me just, I can't see my menus behind this and it won't, there we go. Finally let me move it. It was being very, very not wanting me to move it. Okay. Okay, thanks, Janet. And I'm just looking to see if I have any more comments. If people are over on Facebook, hopefully they'll come over here because I don't know what's going on with Facebook the last couple of weeks not letting me share over there. So if you are watching the replay, I would also like for you to leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Say hi. If you know anybody that you think might enjoy this video, please share it with them. That's how we get more people to join us and stamp with us. Hey, Barb. Okay. And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, this is the best way to find out what I'm doing and what I have to offer and those kinds of things. I just want to see something really quick. I just want to see if this has my correct camera because it doesn't look like, yep, it does, but that just doesn't look as bright as it normally does. And I don't know why when I do that, it pops that one up down there. But anyway, if you want to sign up for my PDF, there is a link on my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. And you will get a free PDF just for signing up. And then every Sunday, I send out another free PDF for all my newsletter people. And let me see. I also have a card club that I do every month. And it is $43 a month, and that includes your shipping. We always make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs, and I do include the envelopes, and I do include the inside pieces to finish your cards. And then after you've been a member for 6 months, you get a $25 product bonus. You just let me know what you want. I have been placing the orders, but what I'm trying to do now is save up my rewards so I can just send them to my card club members once they reach their 6 months. So that way they have the money and they can just do with it what they want. And then every month you will receive about $20 in product that you'll use on the projects, and then you always have a lot left over. I normally send like a full embellishment of full ribbon. Usually it's a half a pack of DSP. Sometimes it's the full pack. It just really depends. And if you want to give it a try before you actually subscribe and commit, you can pay a one-time fee of $48. And then if you decide that it's something you think you'll like and enjoy and want to stay on, then you can subscribe to the monthly fee of $43 a month, and you only have to sign up one time, and it will automatically bill you through PayPal, and you can stop and cancel whenever you want, but that does interrupt your 6 months, so just keep that in mind if you ever have to do that. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. I think that's it. I don't really have a lot, you guys. Oh, that clicked on the wrong thing. I have to take that down. That was our join promotion not very long ago. Do you guys think the camera looks like it's leaning like to the right or to the left? I don't know if it's just me and these crazy glasses, but to me, that's what it kind of looks like. And I tried to adjust it and I messed everything up really bad. So I don't want to have to mess with it if I don't have to. But I'll wait until somebody says they think it's pretty clear before I start demonstrating. The cards I'm sharing with you guys today too, we made yesterday at my local card class, and I thought the ladies were going to kill me because there was a lot of die cutting. I've done a lot of the die cutting ahead of time, so that way it won't take so long for us to get through this today. But I will have to glue some pieces together, and there are some pieces that I have to stamp, and then I'll have to die cut out. And hold that thought really quick while I get a sip of water. All that talking is a lot. Okay, so today I'm going to use the beautiful Gingerbread Bundle. And this is how it comes. I just kept this in here to show you guys. It's a great big envelope, and that's how it came packaged. And then you get the stamp set. There's 15 images and 18 dies, but look at that. I mean, it's so cute. I love this bundle so much, you guys. I told the girls yesterday I felt like we were playing paper dolls, like making little dresses and dressing our little gingerbread people. But I think it's so cute. But this is going to be card 1. And like I said, I have a lot of the die cutting. What I could do ahead of time, I did do ahead of time. And I used the Timeless Plaid 6x6 DSP. And that is my stuff there. And then I want to keep these out because I want to tell you how I came up with what I came up with. I'm going to take all my images out. We are going to heat emboss this first card. Cindy, I put my Christmas cards in my one of my boxes that we bought at Hobby Lobby when we went shopping a couple weeks ago. Okay, Jan says it's clear, just not in the center. Okay, let me see if I can move that over. Oops. I want to try to be straight for you guys. And then I can't, I don't know if I can move this up. And then let's see if I can slide it up, just so that way, that's a little reminder for me to stay in. And I don't know why it's not very centered, but I don't want to mess with my piece of junk stand that I use. I am going to find my cheap, okay, and it's leaning. I can see it already, you guys, so I am sorry, but hold on just a minute and let me see. That's probably why I'm not in the center, because and see, when I mess with that, it messes with the zoom. And I don't know why it does that. I don't know why when I mess with that, it messes with the zoom. And see, then it puts that layer around. And the only way I can fix it is to go out and back in. Geez, oh peas. I'm trying to see if I can, let me see if I move it out and then take that off. Nope, it's still zoomed in. Okay, hold on a minute, you guys. I'm going to try to get my little step stool so I can, because my camera is above my head, or right at, and so I can't see, but I'm going to see if I hit it, if I can, it won't even let me turn it on. Okay, I'm so sorry if I'm making you guys sick. I'm going to say cancel. I don't know what that is, what it asked me if I wanted to do. But it's still very zoomed in, isn't it? Let me see. If you guys could see me right now, you'd laugh because I'm standing on. Okay, you guys, I don't want to have to go in and out. I knew when I touched that camera that it was going to do that. I knew it would do it because I did it and I had to stop. I had to go out and come back in before I went live. It was like right at the last minute. And I'm trying to hit my phone screen to see. And it is not letting me do anything. Dang it. Okay, guys, close your eyes because I'm going to take it out of the stand just for a minute. And I don't want anybody, I'm going to put my hand over it, but I don't want anybody to get sick. Okay, I paused it. And now I'm going to see if I can put it in there and then hit resume. If maybe it'll, oh, perfect. Okay, nobody touch it. Okay, hold on a minute. I have to put the stool back because it's right where I need to stand. I am so sorry about that, you guys. Okay, let's see. That looks much better, I think. Okay, I hope it doesn't start leaning, though. If it starts tilting, we're going to be in trouble again, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler and Pretty in Pink. Now I'm going to slide this a little bit closer to me. And then I just wanted to tell you guys how I made her dress. Was I took this largest die from the Nested Essential Dies, and I cut out, just laid it on the DSP, and then I just cut it right in half right there at that fold, and then that gave me 2 dresses. And I will probably have to trim it down a little bit, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. And then, let me see. These, when we get to the little guy, I'll talk about these here. I'm just going to put them over on that tray so I can remember. And then I'm just going to put these dies right there beside me. So I'll have them. And then you can see I've got all the little pieces. Okay, let me put my envelope over here. And I'm going to just move all the pieces that I'm not going to be using right away out of the way. And look at this, you guys. That's a lot of pieces. I'm going to try to put them where I can easily pick them up. I don't want to knock them on the floor. I'll just put them up there, because then I'll be looking for them. Okay. So this is going to be my card base, and it is just our regular 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm just going to burnish that really well. And then we're going to stamp on this Pretty in Pink layer, and this piece is just 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a half a sheet of pecan pie. When can we expect the retreat box? It's Kathy. They're going to be mailed by December 2nd, I think. I would have to look on my calendar, but I think it's by December 2nd. I am working on those as we speak. That's what I worked on all day today. Okay, and then these pieces, I brought 2 over just in case I mess up for my sentiment right there, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to move this over here. I want to still be able to look at it. I'll put that there. We're not going to stamp the gingerbread guy right now. I need a bigger work area, I think. Okay, I want to get a nicer, cleaner piece of paper. And we're just going to put this there. And then I'm going to grab the little gumdrops. And we're just going to randomly stamp. Let me see. We're just going to do Cherry Cobbler and Pretty in Pink just all over random. And I'm going to turn my die every time I do this because I don't want my gumdrops all going in the right or the same direction. And I'm going to leave room for to come back in with Cherry Cobbler. So let me clean that and we'll see if that's good enough, because we don't have to worry too much about the middle. And I wish I would have gotten that little chamois a little bit wetter. I normally wet them on Sundays. Yeah, I will have to look, Kathy, but I think, and it should be in your registration as well, but I'm pretty sure I either said the 2nd or the 6th, and I can't remember right now. I know it's going to be like really soon, like after Thanksgiving, like right at the beginning of December is when they go out. I just can't remember now. Oops, I messed up. I just can't remember now if it was the 6th or the 2nd. I'm just going to fill these in, and that should be good because, like I said, we don't have to worry much about the center because that is going to be, I'm going to use this die again, so I want to make sure I keep that clean. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stamp our gingerbread man. And I'm going to move this I mean, we're supposed to use the mat for photopolymer, but when I did the original, I stamped it right here on my glass mat and everything was fine. And I wanted to show Jan and Barb that was at my class yesterday. We were talking, I was telling them I cleaned out my tray because it always has that white powder. And I thought it was my white embossing powder getting on there, but it actually wasn't. It was my little embossing chamois. So I'm going to use it. And so I found that empty today, that little, I don't even know what came in it. Black and white and gold baker's twine. But that's going to be my new little holder for my chamois. And then I'm going to, I want to make sure, I don't want to touch that again, but I want my embossing powder. Because I'm going to do both the gingerbread, because I'm going to be using 2 of them today. And so I'm going to just do them both at once on this one piece of paper. So let me go ahead. I want to move this up. I feel like I don't have a lot of room where I'm trying to work at right now. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, and I don't want to keep touching that pecan pie. So let's do this. And then I'm going to re-ink again. And we'll do him again. Just press down. Okay, and then I'm just going to move this because I won't need that anymore. And then the little winky face is what I give the little girl. And then I need just the little regular face for our little guy. Hopefully I didn't do him too far down. That looked like it kind of went down. I am going to go ahead and just do these, and then I'll do the sentiment here in a little bit. So I'm not too worried about that right now. We can come back in just a minute and do the sentiment. I'm going to do it this way. I need a little bit more right there. I'll just go over it. I like to go over it a couple of times just to make sure I hit all my spots. And that looks pretty good. And now we'll flip this side. And then I just want to make sure. Missed a spot right there. I've had a very productive day today, you guys. I've been very busy, but I've gotten a lot done, so that makes me very happy. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment while we have it out here. I want to use the embossing buddy just really quick on that. And then just ink that up. And we'll just put it right down. Hopefully that turned out really well. We'll see in a minute. Not too bad, I don't think. Okay, let me see. I don't think I need to flick it anymore. Put the lid on before I mess it up. Put the lid on my Versamark. I think we're done. Might need it again, so I'm not going to put it too far off. And let me turn my heat tool. And I might have to move out of the camera frame for where my plug-in is. But hopefully I can stand and you guys can still see it. And I just like to watch it until I see my powder start to like shine a little bit. See it? There it goes. And then I just kind of walk it around until I see it all melting. I'm going to turn it. It's getting a little bit hot on my fingers. And you just want to make sure that you're melting it all. And you can kind of see it. Then make sure you get the face. And then I like to just kind of go over it again, just in case I missed any place. And then we'll do the other guy. And you don't want to leave it on there too long either, because you can burn your paper. I've never done that, but I've heard that you can, so okay, I'm going to turn this off just for a minute because I want to use my tweezers to pick up the sentiment, but I want to get this done while the gun is still hot. You can really tell on the cherry cobbler when it's melting. Shows it very nicely. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let me put the gun down. And I babysat for my kids, my grandkids last month, and they came over and we used this. I cut apart a bunch of little gingerbread men and let them put them together. Another drink. And let me grab my die cutting machine. Just about dropped those. And let me grab the gingerbread. Now, yesterday when we tried this, they didn't line up because it really depends on where you stamp them at, right? How far apart this is versus how far apart you stamped them. So in that case, like mine, see, they're not going to line up. We are just going to simply cut them right in the middle, and we'll do them one at a time. No biggie. Not a problem. Okay, and then we'll just put them, I'm going to actually do it this way. And I'm going to use some of my tape. I'm just looking around the border to make sure that I have everything as centered as I can get it. And then we'll use a couple of pieces of tape to hold everything down, and hopefully it won't move. And I'm just going to bring it out back just to make it easier. And then we'll pop this out. Come on. Okay, and then let me grab my tape. And let's grab the other gingerbread. These first two cards are going to take the longest, and they still aren't going to take that long because, like I said, I did all of the die cutting I could possibly do ahead of time. So once I get to putting this together here in just a little bit, it's going to go pretty fast. Okay, that looks pretty good. And if you're watching and you are a part of my club, my card club, I have been doing that a lot, trying to put the image on top of both of my trays. I am also working today on getting your card club packets in the mail before the holiday. So, wish me luck on that. I always try to mail them mail them out by the 26th of the month. And I really don't want to wait until Wednesday because then I know it's going to be hard for you guys to get it because the mail and Thanksgiving and everything. So I'd like to get them in the mail tomorrow or Tuesday. So fingers crossed that works, guys. Okay, let me put this die back because I don't need it anymore today. And we'll start. Now, when you cut them out like that, if you cut them both out at the same time, you're going to get one with a bad hand regardless, because it's made to be able to, like, when you cut them both at the same time, you can have like a card like this so their hands stay connected. But the way that I just did them, that's not what's going to happen. So I've just been taking and just like falling, and it doesn't matter. Like I told the girls yesterday, we're going to put stuff in their hands to cover up that little mess up of the die. And so I just kind of go around, and I'm not too worried about it because, like I said, it's going to be covered up. So who really cares? So this one is the one I want to make the little girl. I'm going to go ahead. I don't have to put any ribbon or anything down, so we can put this piece down. I'm going to try to get all my pieces put together because I'm scared I'm going to lose something. But I love how this flirty flamingo piece and the cherry cobbler go together. I think they just coordinate really nicely together and make a very pretty image. Okay, my eye itches. Okay, now for the little girl, I'm going to grab her dress. And I want to cut it off a little bit. I just kind of, where her head kind of goes in right there is where I just kind of line that up. But I want these little swirlies down here at the bottom to show. So I'm going to trim that. I'm going to grab my little trimmer. I don't use this guy that much, but I'm not going to take that much off either. I'm just trying to make sure I keep it straight. And let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So what I did with this, you can just go ahead and put this down now. So just put some adhesive on the back. And we'll just line it up. Just like that. She could have went just a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And then I went ahead and die cut out my little swirlies. And I did put the adhesive sheets on the back. I thought I did two. There we go. There's the other one. So we did one at the top and then one at the bottom. And you don't need that much at the bottom. And hopefully the way it works out is the way it worked out when I designed it. The extra fit perfectly at the top because this is all I die cut out. So wish me luck. And I'll show you. I wanted to make sure I showed you guys. This is the die that I used for this. I'm trying to make sure I can show you guys in case you want to make it yourself. And if you want me to send you the card packet in the mail, all you have to do is place an order in my online store of $50 before tax, shipping, or any rewards, and I will send this to you. I won't have everything die cut out because you can add on the bundle if you want to, and then you'll have them so you can die cut them out. But I will send you the cardstock. And then I just flipped it over and cut that off. And hopefully this one, like I said, is going to match or fit. We're just going to center it and make it work. Just like that. That looks pretty good. I'll take that. Okay, and then let me grab my glue. I went ahead and put my bow together because I didn't want to lose my little piece. So I already have the bow together. And then we'll just flip all of these over so they're on the right side. And then I'm just going to kind of layer these pieces how I need to put them on there. And then those two go together and those two go together. And then I'm just going to put just a little bit of adhesive on the back. And then just put them down. Whoops. Just like that. We'll do this one. And so this is the like the little candy, and when you cut out the white piece, it cuts out, whoops, it just cuts out the white. But it does have, so this is the piece of candy here, and then it does have the little design right there, and then on the sucker, you can die cut out the sucker, and then that is the little layer, and you'll see that one on the next card when we do the sucker for the little guy. Okay, is everybody all ready for Thanksgiving? I have to finish my grocery list. Oops, I have glue on the end of my finger now, and it keeps wanting to stick to everything I'm trying to stick down. Yeah, I have to go, after I get done, I have to go upstairs, and I'm working on PDFs. And I also have to finish my grocery list because my husband is going to finish up for me and go to the grocery store tomorrow. We didn't want to go this weekend. I almost went with him today. But you guys know, it's always busy on Sunday anyway. And with it being right before Thanksgiving, we knew how busy it would be. Okay, let's put this down. Okay, and then we'll put this one down. Sorry if you can hear that noise. That's my husband walking upstairs. Okay. Put that there. Put my lid on this. I'm going to use a mini glue dot to put her little bow in her hair. So let me grab that, and then I'm just going to put it right there on the back and kind of make it curve up. Okay. And then let's see what else we have to do, guys. I think that's about it. So I like to kind of like put her on there, and I wanted her to be on there straight, but I also wanted my little gumdrops or candies to be across from one another. So I went ahead and put them down because I didn't care if she was over top of them. So I put one in each corner to kind of like frame her. Trying to lick my finger to get that glue off of it. I wished I had a diaper wipe over here beside me right now so I could kind of make that go away. I might have to wipe my hands off, you guys, before I go to the next project because my finger is very sticky. And I just tried to watch these. If you're going to mail this to somebody, that you're not getting these off the card. That one is a little bit, but I think it would still fit in an envelope nicely. And then we'll put this down. And then we'll put this one. Okay. Put this one right about there. Then let's pop her up with dimensionals. I've had a headache all day off and on, and it's just, ugh, I just want it to go away. I don't have time to be bothered with a headache. Okay. And then we'll just put her right like so. And you see she is on the little candies down there, but who cares? That's fine. And now I'm going to have to switch this around because this is the bad hand. So we're just going to switch this up and put our candy canes. Where's my other one? We'll just put our candy canes over here. And let me see how I want to do that. Let's just go ahead and put dimensionals or some minis. But I do want to make sure I cover that up because I do not want that shown. And I thought I did it right the way that I lined them up so that the bad one would be cut on the right side, but evidently I did not. But we can still make it work. And even if it shows, it's still cute. So I knew when I was going to use this card or this bundle that I wanted to be able to like put little clothes on them. So it took me a minute to figure it all out, what I could use. I was looking at my stamps trying to see what, because I can't freehand cut straight and all that kind of stuff to make the dress and the little guy shorts that we're going to make here in a minute. So I was determined to have the tools I needed where I didn't have to do that. But I think this bundle is a super cute bundle. And it would make beautiful Christmas scrapbooking pages. See how that dimensional backing is? It's just hanging on. And I'm just going to turn this one kind of like that. Okay, so see, we ended up covering that up really well. And then we're just going to angle each end of the sentiment. Let me throw those away. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of it. And I'm really hoping I can fit this behind the candy canes, because that's how I have it on my, or no, I guess I don't. It kind of went over, so no worries, I guess. So we'll just kind of put that right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop another dimensional right here and kind of put it right on top of that one, because as soon as I put that down, where these are all popped up, I want that end to be like the same length. Okay guys, I think that's it. I didn't put any sequins or anything like that. I thought she was busy enough and that she had enough stuff on her and that it was a nice busy card front. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I think they're super cute. I love how these cards turned out. Okay, let's jump in to our little gingerbread man. And I'm just gonna, these I'm gonna use on the next card, so I'm just gonna transfer them over there. I'll take these out, my brush, my sentiment, the card, and my little packet. Okay, and then I'll walk you guys through how I did this one. So the back of it I used, for the early espresso, I did use the, oh, you know what, hold on a minute. I thought I finished the inside of this card. Maybe I didn't, this one. This one I did. I must have forgot to do that. But I used our two-tone cardstock in the early espresso for that. And then I embossed it using the Forever Plaid embossing folder. And then these are our dies. I took the largest square. I believe it was the largest. I thought I had an extra one. I do. Let me just make sure I'm telling you right. So I took the second to the largest square. I'm glad I checked that. Yeah, the second to the largest square. And I used the Stylish Shape dies. And I die cut out the plaid. And then I just cut that in half. And those are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. So I just cut it right in half. Then what you can do is take the middle and you can get your hat out of the middle. But then I also wanted his suspenders and I also wanted the dots on there. So what I did was I just placed this back on my trimmer and very, very lightly I just trimmed, because I just wanted the suspenders, because if you'll notice the two little black dots that or brown dots that I used, and I hope I die cut those out because I don't remember doing that. So I might have to do that if I don't find them in here. So let me check and see if I can see those in here. I don't remember doing it. I was trying to do all this morning. I put everything away from card class yesterday. I will have to die cut that out, you guys, because I did not do that. Okay, so I'm going to put this back over there before I confuse myself. But here you can see the square that I cut that I told you. And then this is how wide I cut those. And then we'll just cut those in half. And one will probably be enough. But I will die cut out these. It comes from the little face. And it is this one right here. And so it's just the eyes. And that's what I used for the suspenders. Thank you, Kathy. She said it's super cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to just move everything. And then this piece is for the inside. Everything is sticking to my hands. This piece is for the inside. So let's just put them over there. That goes up there. And I want to move this out of the way and move this out of the way. And I'm going to take my little sanding and I'm just going to sand on top of there to just kind of expose some of that white that is underneath the early espresso. I'll just sand, sand, sand. The next card, you guys, is going to take me 2 minutes to do. Okay. I think that's good enough, and I'm just going to kind of wipe that to get all that grit off there. And we'll go ahead and put this piece down. When it's been embossed, I like to put just a little bit more adhesive on it just to make sure. The two-tone cardstock is not a very thick piece of paper, but I still want to make sure just because it's been embossed. Okay, now let's grab our little guy and I'll show you what I did for his pants was just really put some glue in that area. And then I didn't care. I lined this up with like the hips part of him and just kind of made sure I had it straight. And I'm just going to leave that there until it kind of adheres. I don't really care that his is covered up. I do wish that was a little bit higher because he's going to have really long. I'm just going to move that up so he doesn't have such long shorts on. But I did want the little dots and everything. So I don't want to mess with that right now. I want it to dry before we do what we have to do. These are going to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and adhere those down while we're waiting. My fingers are going to be good and sticky by the time I'm done with this. Poor Barb yesterday and Jan, they had to keep washing their hands to get the glue off. Okay, let's go ahead. Put those down. I don't know if I need any more of that or not, but we'll see. So then what I did was I just flipped him over, took my scissors, and I just followed the outline of his body. And then here I just did a V right in the center. And then on this side, same thing. I'm just going to make sure I don't cut him. And then just cut that off, and voila, he has a pair of shorts. Okay, now let's go ahead and I'm going to use the longer piece. I just laid it down, and then I kind of eyeballed it and just cut about where I wanted those to be. Now, this piece up here that has those dots, I'm cutting that off because both pieces are not going to have those. And so I didn't want one piece to have it and the other piece to not have it. And see, it just works out where they're both. Oh, look, I need to cut that off the bottom. I didn't realize that one had it on it. Let's just cut that piece off. Okay. And then I'm going to put glue on the back. I wish I had my tweezers over here. And I like to put the little dots on the outside. Just put them down straight. Do this one. Oops, I probably got too much glue. I got glue already on my finger. What's it gonna hurt? Sticky fingers, yeah. I'm sticky fingers today. Okay, let's put his hat on. And remember, guys, we got to vote for your favorite, so be thinking which one you like the best. Okay, let's just kind of leave everything alone for a minute now and let it all set up. Now for this, I am going to use glue dots or my finger. Hold on, guys. I have got to grab a wipe. I grabbed one and 10 came out, of course. Okay, I'll just leave that over there in case I need it again. And I dropped one because, like I said, 10 came out. So for this, what I did was I'm going to grab mini glue dots. Let Let me move this back. I think those are all used. And then I just took the bigger one. Where did it go? Oh my gosh. Did I not even pull it off? Come here. And then just put it on the front because we're going to put it on the back of the cup. And then I did one of the smaller ones. Do the same thing. And then just kind of layer. And then another big one. I don't want it hanging over that side like that. And then one more small one, and I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller. I want to make sure I'm putting it on the right side. And let's see, where do we want this one? Let's do something like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my early espresso, and we're just going to ink this up a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't want a whole bunch. And then I'm just going to do like the tops kind of off to the side. I just wanted to make it look like it had hot cocoa on it, that the marshmallows did. So just a little bit, not anything crazy. And then I am going to stamp the sentiment twice because we've got to cut it out. And I hope, I'm trying to see what I had to go on the inside. Do I have to die cut? I don't think I have to die cut anything else out, but I'm not sure why I have so many pieces, white pieces left. So I'm going to do this twice because we're going to do some surgery on it here in a minute. Okay. Put this over there for right now. Let me get these out of the way. Oh, I know now. We need our little gumdrops. So let me grab Calypso Coral and find that gumdrop I just had. Here it is. And so I need 3 sets of 2. And just make sure you're leaving enough room to get the dye in between there. And the good thing about this is the gumdrops comes with 2 dyes. So let me move this. I want to put my lid on my glue. I'm going to move this before I get a mess. My die cutting machine. We're going to be just a little bit over an hour today, you guys. So I'm trying to, oh, it's this one. Right here is for the eyes. And now I need a piece of early espresso that I do not have, so hold that thought a minute. I have my early espresso right here. And we'll just lay that down. We're only going to need 2. And then I'm going to cut this piece just so it's going to go in my die cutting machine a little bit easier. And grab, and this is what I mean, the gumdrops has 2. You guys can see that on my finger where the adhesive, oh my goodness, I am really sticky fingers. And then I just want to make sure I'm lining these up good because I don't want to have to restamp and redo it. And then let's turn it this way. Do that one. Hopefully they won't shift on me. And then it's going to hit my containers I have back there, so that's the only reason I'm bringing it back towards me. It's just easier for me to take it out that way. And I'm just going to, I was going to just leave those in there, but since they didn't come out, I'm going to put them right there because we were all frantic yesterday about making sure we didn't lose them because they're so small. Okay, and then we have one more set of gumdrops to cut out. And that one just flew out. That one kind of Looks like I didn't do a very good job, or either the die shifted on me. We'll blame it on the die. Of course, it wasn't me, right? And if you're local to me, I am doing an event with my daughter-in-law that is a fabulous baker, and it is going to be cookies and a kit event, and we're going to make the Road to Christmas kit is back in stock if you haven't heard, and that is the kit that we're going to use. And the registration is going to close on the 26th, so if you're interested, you better make sure you sign up before you wait, okay? Okay, this is going to go on the inside. Let me see how I did him. And I'm not going to glue anything down right now because I want to cut this out, and we'll place them where we need them. And I want to grab my bigger scissors, so hold on a second. Because you can make a straighter cut the longer your scissors are. I tried to use the, I'm going to try to do this actually where I only have to do one and see how that works. Maybe I won't have to use that one. And I'm just trying to make sure, like, I didn't really leave a border around the bottom, so I'm trying to not leave much of a border around the top. And Barb, I think it was, she fussy cut hers out because this we put on the inside, and she did such a good job. And I told her I was very jealous because I can't fussy cut. I have been fussy cutting today for the retreat, and I'm not that great. I bet I've gotten better. The more I've done it today, I have gotten better. I will say that. Okay, so let's see. We'll put that there. Let's see if we can, I think I might be able to salvage this. So let's cut that. And then I want to go one big swoop. So my line is as straight as possible. And that was still not that straight. So let's kind of see if we can straighten it up. That's not too bad. I'll keep that, I think. Just that way I don't have to waste my other sentiment. I can use it on something else. Okay, let's put dimensionals on the back. If I can get that one flipped over. Come on, buddy. These people have got things to do instead of just staying with me all night. I might have to move that dimensional. I felt like it kind of was hanging over. That is a small piece to get a dimensional, and I can see it already, so I am going to have to fix that one. I must have cut that one a little bit thinner than my original. I think that's okay. I don't know if I'm going to have to cut that. Let me see. Just going to peel that off and grab my mini dimensionals. And oh my gosh, I'm going to cut off the edge just a tiny sliver. And hopefully this one actually might be too long too. I might have to trim it down. It's not going to be too wide, but now it might be too long. I might have went too long. Oh, no, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my sugar. And we'll put it right here. And then we'll put the and. Oh, come here, guy. We'll put him, and I kind of turned them crazy. I didn't want them going straight. And this one kind of put like that. And then we know right now where we need to put our gingerbread guy. So let's put some dimensionals on him. Got to remember to put his little buttons on his bibs after I went through all that trouble. And we'll just flip him back down there like that. We'll put a dimensional on the back of the cup, just like that. And that way we're going to cover up that hand. And then, Lord, help me pick these up. And I can't tell if I have them right side. That is the right side I need. Now I can't now I can't tell since I dropped it, but we'll figure it out. So I'm just going to take a mini glue dot, and this one has got to be rolled up very, very tiny so it does not show behind the little circle, and place it right in the center, just like that. We'll do another one. Now, if you can fussy cut like Barb and you're good at it, you can fussy cut that out, you know, around the letters, but I am not that good. So that's why I did not, and I cut it like that. And you can, it is a little wonky. It's not that straight, but it's still okay. Just like Jan said yesterday, if it was perfect, it wouldn't be man-made. It wouldn't be made by a person. It would be made by a machine. And I liked that when she said that. So let's put our basic white piece down. These glasses I have to wear now are a little bit blurry. I'm going to put this piece down, and this piece is 4 by probably 1.5, I think. I don't think I did it quite at 2. And then we'll put dimensionals on the back of this. And before I put that down, I want to put, I'm not sure if I want to put, oh, I know what I did. Hold that thought, you guys. So this is how we're going to do the inside. See, that one turned out really nice and straight. And I do think I used that little, the little machine that I just had to, trying to find my glue dots, to cut that a little bit straighter. Oops, everything is falling off. So I'm going to put this one right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy down just a little bit. And then grab another. I just cleaned my room today, you guys. And not very good, but just enough to where I thought, okay, I can live in this again. And now when I get done, I have to do it all over again. And then we're just going to put this one right beside it, just kind of overlapping a little bit, just like that. And then we'll put this right in the center. If I can get the dimensional off the back of my hand. And we'll put it right there. And again, I didn't put any ribbon. I didn't put any embellishments because it was embellished enough on its own, I felt like. And then we're going to do these guys with mini glue dots again. I actually popped them up. So let's put glue dots on. Where'd you go? Okay, hopefully it's this one. It moved so fast I couldn't see. So we'll put a glue dot there, and then I want to grab, I don't think that is it, and I don't know where it went. If you see it, yell at me, because I should have one more large, and I don't think it landed on the floor. Where did it go? I mean, it couldn't have went that far, you guys. Okay, and we'll put this one there, and then grab a glue dot. Do you guys see my other large gumdrop? Because I am not seeing it. And we need it, but I'm not going to stamp another one, so if I can't find it, I'm going to layer that one that way. And just in case I can't find that larger one, I'm just going to put this one down here. But I don't know. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness. Thought I lifted the card up and looked, but I didn't see it. Put that there. Put a little one. Grab a mini. We're almost done, guys. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the 2 on his belly. Oh, no. Okay, we'll just put these 2. And on his belly, I did 2 of the same size, but since I forgot, we'll just do 2 that are different sizes and just 2 gumdrops on the side. So we'll do that, and then I'll just put one on this one. And then we'll just turn it. I liked him to be a little bit crooked, like not going the same way. This one's prettier because it has more gumdrops. But there you guys go. That's card 2. My phone is fell, and I did not notice, you guys. Oh, I hate this stand. I hate this stand so bad. Hold on, let me see. I have to get the stool. I wish I could put this in the garbage, but if you guys knew how much I paid for it, you'd understand. Okay. Back in business. Okay. Okay, so that is it. I'll try to keep an eye on the camera, you guys. I kept looking and it looked like everything was okay. Yes, I hate this stand. And a lot of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators use it. And I wished I wouldn't have taken their opinion on if it was worth the money, because it is not worth the money. So this is the card. And I have not liked it from day one. I even had my husband come down and look at it, because it's so hard, for one thing, to get the phone in and out of the part that holds it. I'm not sure why I have this out. Oh, to show you guys, that's where I got that label. And then, like, it's supposed to be, like, so sturdy that it doesn't move, and you don't have to worry about all the things I've had to worry about tonight. Okay, thanks, Kathy. I just now saw your message that it was on the back. So I used the Textured Notes dies, and that's where I got our little label from. And then I already showed you guys, and they're over there, but it's the Nested Essential dies is where I got that from. This is going to go on the inside, and we are going to put some bling. And I know this ribbon was on the last chance list, and I do think it's not available anymore. But you guys, it's all I had. It's all I had that would go with the card. So be nice, okay? So this piece is just our regular 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Trying to find my bone folder. And then I also scored it at 1 inch, and you just fold that piece back, just like this. And then our piece of DSP, I can't remember what I cut it to. It is 5 1/4 by 3 inches to fit right here. My upline, I was telling them yesterday at my card class, she designed some cards using the cards that you can purchase that have the green and the gold foil. And she made this design, and I absolutely loved it, but I don't have those cards. And so I thought, well, I bet I can do that with just regular cardstock. So that's what I did. And then we're going to glue this piece down. So we're just going to glue that flat down, just like that. This piece is just your regular 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to glue this piece down. And I think I just kind of put it at the bottom, just like so. And it's just going to fit right in there, like that. We're going to take our ribbon, and we're just going to wrap it all the way around. I'm going to pull just a little bit more. I'm going to make sure I have enough to tie myself a nice bow. Okay. Whoops. Hope I didn't hit that and make it start tilting again. I'm going to just back that up just a little bit so my ends are kind of about the same length. And then that's what's going to hold this card together, is just, I mean, you could glue it. You could just glue the sides. Just make sure you don't glue too far in, because then your white piece would probably not fit as good, and you might have to just trim it down a little bit if that is what happens. And then we're just going to kind of fix our bow a little bit. Okay, me see what I think that looks like. I'm going to pull this one just a smidge. Okay, and then let me trim. I always start my laundry. I always do my laundry on Sunday nights. And then I always start it like right before I go live. So that way by the time I'm done, my laundry's done. And then we're going to put this on with dimensionals. And it's going to go something like that. So we're only going to put dimensionals at the bottom. Because if we put dimensionals up here, you guys know what would happen. So let's grab 3. And we'll just put them at the bottom. Okay. And then just kind of line that up and center it like so. We're going to stamp. Thought I got my stamp out. Season's Greetings. So let me find my bundle. Maybe I didn't, but I left everything on blocks, so I should have it. Did I not take it off the tray? Let me look. Nope, right there it is, still on the tray. Okay, so Season's Eatings. I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. Okay, and then we're going to flip this over. Let's put these guys on. So we have 3 white sucker bases. At Christmas, we're shut down where I worked for 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to have 2 weeks off. I'm very grateful for this coming week for Thanksgiving and to be off a few days, but we're all already so excited. We call it the Christmas shutdown. We're already ready. And then every year on the 4th of July, they shut down for a week. So I always try to take my vacation that last week in June. That's when we normally go to Florida. And then I get 2 weeks off then too. So it's very nice. But when you're out of vacation days this time of the year, you'll take what you can get. Okay, so I'm just going to look, and I'm going to put a strip of adhesive right there. And we're going to put the white one in the center. And then I just kind of staggered them, but I didn't want them the same height. So I made these guys just a little bit shorter and kind of like that. Okay. And then I'm going to see where I put my dimensionals at because I can't remember. It looks like towards the bottom. And you probably wouldn't even have to pop these up. You could just use regular adhesive since we popped the label up. And it's got dimensionals because that's going to make it probably not as flat and level as it could be. And then we'll put this right about there like that. And then let's grab some of these. These are called faceted snowflakes. And we'll use the cherry cobbler since that's the color that we're going with right now. And we'll put one here. And I'm all out of little ones, so I'll just put all of them, the larger ones. And let's see, let's put one down here. I like to put them in 3s. Okay, guys, time to vote. Which is your favorite? Card 1, 2, or 3? I like them all this week. Cindy says card 3. Cindy, come on. I worked so hard for the gingerbread's clothes to come up with that. Okay, there's 3, 2, and 1. I love them all this week. I can't pick. I really can't. I just love them all. I think they all turned out so cute. Okay, guys, I'm going to fix my phone. Sorry, one more time. And I really don't even have to fix it because right now I'm getting ready to flip it back to me. See it moving? Can you see it moving, guys? Don't get sick. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hopefully I'll have that figured out before next Sunday. And that was going to be one of my questions. Do you guys think that you're going to be up for another live class the weekend of Thanksgiving? Are you going to be too busy Black Friday shopping? What should we do, guys? Should we go ahead? I mean, I'm up for it if you guys are. So let me know. Kathy said hers is 3 as well. You guys didn't like my gingerbread man clothes? Come on. Somebody's got to vote for 1 or 2. Okay. If you watch the replay, please make sure that you leave a comment. Let me know which one is your favorite, 1, 2, or 3. If you have any questions, I try to make sure that I look every week and respond to people that comment on my videos. Sometimes I get busy and might forget, but please leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you do want me to send you the free Make and Take packet, place your order of $50 before Wednesday at midnight, and I'll send you a Make and Take packet where you can make all of these. I won't do the die cutting for you. And okay, Cindy said have it. I will have it for sure. And then there was something. Oh, if you bump your order up to $75, Barb likes 2. I like 2 as well. If you bump your order up to $75, I will send you an embellishment and a free PDF. I'm not sure how many projects this PDF has in it, but normally it's quite a few. Hey, Kathy. Kathy said 1 and 2 would be great for my grandkids, but 3 is my favorite of all around. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, the first 2 definitely are more driven towards children. Okay, everybody says they're going to be home Sunday night. I will be too. And then don't forget, you guys, best wishes to you and yours. Thank you very much, Kathy. You too. I keep forgetting what I want to say. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, don't forget, there is Stampin' Up! Is doing a Black Friday sale that starts Tuesday, I believe. And I am also going to be doing a Black Friday special. I will be sending out my email probably in the morning. I'm working on it still, but I am going to be putting my PDFs in my PDF store on sale. They'll be discounted to 25%. And then I also have another great promotion that I'm going to do. And it's a nice way where you're going to be able to get yourself some brand new Stampin' Up! Products for free if you place an order with me. So I will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. Everybody have a very blessed week. Happy Thanksgiving, and I am grateful for each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to click on my video and watch it and spend a little bit of time with me. Bye, guys. See you next Sunday.